My name is Crystal and welcome back to our YouTube channel, Bible-Based Teens. Today is Sunday, October the 12th, and this is our new scripture reading for this week. Before we get into our new scripture reading, I just want to say that if you like the content of this channel, please do like and subscribe so you can get our new content week after week. And don't forget, if you have any thoughts, please place them in the comments below so we can get to the conversation. So let's get to it. Our scripture reading for this week is going to be Proverbs 19, verse 21. And the scripture reads, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but the Lord's purposes will prevail." So before we get into this scripture, I just want to acknowledge that the Proverbs was written by King Solomon, and King Solomon was the wisest man in the world. The Lord appears to Solomon in a dream and asks him to ask whatever he desires, and God promises that he'll give it to him. And so Solomon asks God for wisdom. That being said, this scripture is coming from the wisest man on earth. So the first part of the scripture says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart." So what does that mean? So what is your heart? There's so many things that we all want to do. There's so many things that we all want in life. We all want to go to school, get a good job, get money, have a family. But this scripture emphasizes that these plans come from the heart of a person. In the Hebrew, the word heart is lev, which means the control center of a person. And this includes our emotions, intellect, will, and desire. Essentially, this is the core of a person that controls their thoughts and their decision making. So this begs the question, what is at the center of your heart? What is at the core of your heart? What is controlling your deepest desires? Some of us have broken hearts. We all know that hurt people hurt people. So is your heart whole? And are we inviting God into our hearts in a daily setting? Moving forward, it also says that the Lord's purposes will prevail. The Hebrew word here used in this part of the scripture is etzah, which can be translated as advice, counsel, or plan. So essentially, the scripture can be read as, "Many are the plans at the core of a person, but the Lord's counsel, advice, plan will be the one to go forward." And why does God's plan prevail? Because God is able to declare the beginning from the end, and essentially God knows which plan will work towards his greater good and our greatest potential. And why is that? Because he's God. He doesn't have the same human limitations like we do. So this begs the question, do you trust God to make the right decisions for you? Do you trust God's plan over your own plan? And are we inviting God to counsel us, to speak to us, and guide us in our decision making? So that's all I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, I'll be back next week with a follow-up video. Have a good afternoon.